Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to The Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. This is episode 32. We are talking about gratitude versus appreciation. When I first heard this concept of gratitude versus appreciation, I'm thinking that's just table stakes that mean the same thing. I get it. But when you think about gratitude and you think about being grateful, underneath that, there is a tinge of shit could be worse. A great example of this is that I started writing a gratitude journal in 2010, and every day I would write down 5 things that I was grateful for. I went back and looked through some of my archives, and what I said in there was, I'm grateful that I have 2 legs. That was a nod to Aviva from Real Housewives of New York for all my Bravoholics that are listening. I also said, I'm grateful that I have a bed. I'm grateful that I have a tongue. I'm grateful I have the internet. And hold on. Basically, when we think about gratitude, there is this underlying feeling, a little bit of resentment. And I want to take all of you into appreciation. It's a subtle shift, but it makes a big difference. So when you think about appreciation, you think about really getting present with what it is that you appreciate in your life. And so appreciation is when you get really present and instead of just listing off 5 things that you're grateful for, think about you can just start with one. I'm going to give you one example. I am appreciative for the chair that I am sitting in. I'm appreciating how it's allowing me to look at GarageBand while I record this and that it supports my back and that it has casters on it so I can spin around when I want to be dramatic with Chandler. And it has these armrests that help support my elbows. You get really present. This is how you get your brain to start to think in a different direction because these are the same brains that Homo sapiens had. And we've evolved as a species, but our brain is still the same brain unless we train it to do differently, which is what this podcast does. Naturally, it likes to go to gratitude because it's lazy and that's less work. It's like, okay, let me just look around and name 5 things. If you start going into appreciation, you will change. This principle changed my life. I've been in the middle of a hashtag glow up and a breakthrough, which I've seen, you've seen, we all scream, I scream. That we've all seen together. This is a big, big part of it. Another great example of the difference between gratitude and appreciation is calling something non-ugly and calling it pretty. So non-ugly is gratitude and pretty is appreciation. Which one makes you feel better? So words, language of the mind, feelings are the language of the body. You have both of those in sync and simpatico. That is how you ignite your fucking life. And I'm telling you, anyone that is successful, anyone that you see that's doing things and you're like, how the fuck are they doing that? It's because of those 2 things. If you noticed in this episode that holy cannoli, holy wow, I read you like a menu. If you're nodding your head yes, listen closely because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.